This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
All right, good evening, Nevada County. I'm Keith Overby, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. The Nevada County Courthouse is a landmark that stands as a testament to resiliency, justice, history, and the enduring spirit of our community. Located in Nevada City, the courthouse stands proud, yet outdated. It's witnessed many rebuilds, landmark cases, social change, and the evolution of our legal system, standing as a reminder of the values that have shaped our community. Now don't go away, we're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. A new Nevada County Courthouse is going to be built, leaving the question of what will happen to the current building. Nelson, an architectural firm hired by Nevada County, presented its findings for possible uses of the existing courthouse site at a community meeting. The courthouse is expected to be vacated in 2031 as a result of the state's decision to construct a replacement building. It came to the conclusion that its best use is a split use. The annex would be offered up to affordable housing developers to either remodel or tear down and rebuild. This could be labeled as surplus property, exempted from resale, because of its unsuitability to be repurposed for housing or government use. It must first be offered to government agencies, and if there are no takers, it could go to private developers. The historic courthouse would be stabilized, aka secured, until a community use could be determined and funded. The next steps are submission of the final report to Nevada County. The county will then work with the state, who currently owns 51% of the courthouse, to the county's 49%, to come to a decision. There will be many opportunities for input as this advances through the system. The future use of the historic courthouse, if we truly want to keep it, will require a lot of community input and support. We will continue to keep an eye on this progress. And in another story from yesterday, Nevada Union High School student Caden David Beals, 18, of Nevada City, and a second 17-year-old juvenile male student of Nevada City were both arrested yesterday, February 3rd, for making alleged criminal threats and for conspiracy to commit a crime. Beals was booked into the Wayne Brown Correctional Facility, while the juvenile was booked into the Placer County Probation Juvenile Detention Facility. Both remain incarcerated at this time. This incident unfolded at 10:52 a.m. yesterday when a Nevada County Sheriff's Office school resource officer was notified by school staff of a social media threat to commit a school shooting that same day at 11:55 a.m. The SRO, whose primary assignment is to be stationed at the school for student and faculty safety, found the threat to be credible and, in working in partnership with school officials, quickly identified the first suspect as the 17-year-old juvenile male. The SRO detained the juvenile within 4 minutes of first learning of the possible threat. Excuse me. Through the course of the investigation, several students were interviewed, and a second student, Beals, was also detained in connection with the threat. He and the 17-year-old juvenile were ultimately arrested on the aforementioned charges. It's important to note no students or staff were harmed in this incident. Detectives, as well as an NCSO canine, trained in firearms detection, searched the school for weapons, and none were located. Also, aerial surveillance via drone was conducted by an NCSO deputy drone pilot for a concealed contraband, with none located. Additional searches were done of the suspect's home as well as an associated vehicle, which also revealed no weapons or contraband. All right, Assessor Rolf Kleinenz reminds homeowners that property tax savings for the upcoming 25-26 annual secured tax bill in the form of a $7,000 reduction to their home's taxable value is available until the middle of February. Ironically, there's a significant number of homeowners that are either unaware of this property tax savings or simply have not taken advantage of it. Since 1974, the California Constitution has offered homeowners financial relief from the high cost of housing through the homeowner's exemption, also known as the HOX. The exemption automatically reduces an home's assessed value by $7,000 annually if the home is the owner's primary residence as of January 1. This will translate to a property tax savings of $70 annually, which is reflected on the homeowner's property tax bill. So to receive the full benefit of this exemption, the deadline to apply is February 15th. Now, however, if the deadline is missed and an HOX claim is filed later in the year, the savings may be prorated for this tax year, and in subsequent years, the homeowner will receive the full benefit. The homeowner's exemption claim form and filing information can be found on the county's website at nevadacountyca.gov, and we'll post the exact link to this video's description. Please visit the Nevada County Assessor's Office website for more information or reach out to their team by emailing assessor@nevadacountyca.gov or by calling 530-265-1232. Now don't go away, we're going to be right back.
Hi, I'm Erin Tarr, Executive Director of the Bear Yuba Land Trust. We're a local nonprofit that's been around for 33 years. We've protected over 25,000 acres of land, built over 50 miles of trail, and are always looking for new ways to connect the community with nature.
I'm Sean Clark, and I work on our lands and trails at Bear Yuba Land Trust. We'd love to have you become part of the Land Trust family. You can head on over to bylt.org to become a member, make a donation, or sign up for a volunteer work party, and come help us steward the land.
Hi, I'm Karen Lee Sharp, and I want to just say all our lives are very busy, yet hopefully never too busy to be awake and look around on a weekly basis and notice who in the community might need a little extra love. I love the pay it forward idea. So be adventurous with strangers and venture out into the world with positive, fresh eyes to see where you can create spontaneous acts of kindness. Human kindness. Oh, God, it feels so good.
Hi.
Welcome back, everybody. And just a reminder, if parents, please speak to your children about the incident in Nevada Union High School. And if there should be any information that they might have, please call the major crime units at the Nevada County Sheriff's Office and share this information with them. All right, now on a bit lighter note, our local YMCA has introduced indoor fitness classes. Those are starting this month at the Love Building in Condon Park. There's no need to reserve a spot, just show up and they'll walk you through the rest. They're going to be offering 2 classes, yoga on Monday and Friday at 10 a.m., and Zumba at Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. You can register online or, again, just drop in. Pricing and additional information can be found on their website at YMCA superiorcal.org or by calling 530-274-4739. And going on, the Nevada County Arts Council and the Nevada County Libraries invite the community to the Eric Rood Center on Wednesday, February 5th at 5:30 p.m. to cheer on local youth as they compete in this year's Poetry Out Loud County Championships. Poetry Out Loud encourages high school students to learn about poetry through memorization, performance, and competition. Participants master public speaking skills, build self-confidence, and learn about literary history and contemporary life. Students from various Nevada County high schools have been working hard, challenging themselves, and receiving additional support from some of Nevada County's finest poets. Participants are scored on memorization, recitation, performance, and understanding of the poems they have selected, and consideration of the delivery along with accuracy combined to create their final score. Following the competition, one student is selected as the winner in Nevada County. They will then be treated to an unforgettable 2 days at the California Poetry Out Loud State Finals in Sacramento and have a chance to compete in the national competition in Washington, D.C. Come out and celebrate Nevada County high school students as they compete in this year's Poetry Out Loud County Championships. Now don't go away. We'll be right back, and we're going to be joined by a much anticipated guest.
Hi, I live in a state of hopefulness, not because life is easy, smooth, or without pain that at times has felt unbearable, but because life has shown me that hope hides in the darkest of corners. Life has also shown me time and time again that hope is constant. Spring comes, the bud opens, we see and get to feel the love that surrounds us all in this amazing community. Hope is always present. Sometimes we just need to look a little closer.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's no secret that because of a state mandate, residents must now separate food waste from regular trash. This new law has caused quite an uproar in communities all over the state, and finding the perfect solution has not been easy. The law has good intentions, which aims to mitigate climate change by diverting organic waste from landfills. Yet implementation has left many questioning the new law. There are currently 3 options for waste management customers to dispose of their food waste, which is dependent upon which service options are available to their residential address. They are curbside, community drop-offs, or self-haul. And here to help us understand this new law, share information, and answer a bunch of questions about the new program is Public Sector Services Manager from Waste Management, Rachel Haynes.
Hi.
So Rachel, hi.
Hi.
Welcome, glad to have
nice
you
to
here.
see you.
And I tell you what, let's start out with how is this rollout going so far?
Sure. So there have been some hiccups. I think that there has been a lot of information and some misinformation, and it's something different. It's a large change for the residents of the area, and we're just here to try and mitigate those questions and concerns and help them through this change.
Okay. And well, let's start with the very basics.
Sure.
What is going on?
Sure.
In a nutshell.
As part of the SB 1383 state mandate that was passed in 2016, Nevada County this year, now that they have the improvements to the transfer station at McCourtney Road, are now obligated to separate their waste into 3 waste streams: trash, recycle, and organics. Mm-hmm. So that's the basic for the program. With that being said, each resident who had a green waste can will still use that. That now becomes their organics can. If they did not have a green waste can, they were provided one as part of their bundle in December.
Okay. Just for right now, let's talk about what would be recycle. What kind of stuff would we recycle?
Sure. So things like plastic bottles, cardboard, shredded paper can be recycled. Glass can be recycled. Aluminum cans can be recycled. Those are basics of recycling.
And organic, what goes into organic?
Organics would be green waste, so yard clippings, pine needles, any trimmings, and then also into that organic can, we're now adding food waste, which includes any type of bones, cooked meat, orange peels, potato peels, anything maybe that you wouldn't eat, give to your animals, or would consider compost.
Okay. Mention recycling. One thing I want to ask you, what about, I know plastic, there's buyback, but there are some things that are recyclable, but they are not buyback, such as
plastic bags.
What about plastic bags are recyclable?
They're not.
Okay, they're not.
No.
So we have to put those in the landfill.
Those go in the trash.
What about milk cartons where it's a
Wax.
white plastic instead of the clear plastic?
So if they're like a white plastic milk carton or a milk bottle, those
like
can.
A gallon jug.
Yeah, those can go in recycled. What cannot is the milk cartons that have a waxy coating, because those are not recyclable.
And if I open up a can of Campbell's soup, I can put that in the recycle?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, just wash it out and then throw it in there?
Yes.
Okay. One of the questions, of course, we live in a county that probably more than 50% of the population is, or close to 50% of the population is senior citizens.
Right.
Why does the senior discount only cover getting the larger cans? And can't we choose to get a mix in the size and still get the senior discount?
Sure. So the senior discount actually includes the smallest can, which is the 35 gallon. And in the last couple of years, when looking that this was coming to Nevada County, WM along with the county looked at different ways to give this program. And what we decided is most seniors are a 1 or 2 person household, so they don't generate a lot of waste. They also live in a rural area, and so having the large cans going up and down their road have not been convenient for them. So we chose to do the smaller bundle, the 35 gallon size for them.
Okay. One of the questions, another question I have, a lot of seniors are asking about what if they have no yard waste and generate less than, say, a baggie of food waste?
Yeah.
It's because they don't have a yard, or they already compost, or
Sure.
they just don't generate food waste. What do we do there?
So with the state mandate, it's not a one size fits all type program, unfortunately. So with that being said, they don't necessarily give the option to opt out of just one waste stream. So the option that we are giving is customers can cancel and self-haul if they don't have a lot of waste. But unfortunately, they can't break it up. It's a bundle, so they're required to have all 3 waste streams.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
What size trash can would you get if we get this senior discount?
Sure,
thing
it's the
straight up?
35 gallon, so it's the smallest.
That's the trash.
That would be all 3. So you'd get the trash at a 35 gallon, the recycle at a 35 gallon, and the organics can at a 35 gallon.
But we can't mix them up.
What you can do is if you generate more yard waste and or more recycle, you can do an extra can. So you can get the senior discount, and then you can add an extra waste can of whichever waste stream at a price of around a little over $9 a month for that
Okay.
extra can.
Okay.
and still get the senior discount.
Yeah, I can understand why people are getting mixed up.
Yeah.
Now, it says there's a question about people wanting to opt out of receiving the organic yard waste can. Well, where does this policy come into effect, and or needs to be addressed if we want to get change or
Sure.
something?
So again, it's a state mandate, so it affects not only the residents, but the county and the waste services company. So if they're looking for change or have more questions, they can contact Cal Recycle, who manages the SB 1383 program through the state, or they can contact their state representatives.
Okay. Now let me ask you this too. There's also a lot of people are concerned about having garbage at their house. For example, I live in the city of Grass Valley, but we still have critters.
Right.
I've got deer running around. I've got squirrels, raccoons. I got, I've had I've had bears through the neighborhood before, even mountain lions. There's a concern about putting garbage in there.
Yeah, about putting food waste in the organics. So really the difference is that previously you put your food waste in the trash can, in the garbage can. Now you're just moving it to a different can. There are some suggestions to alleviate that. They're coming out with a bear lock that people can purchase it's a gravity lock. That we're trying to work with Cal Recycle on to come up with something that's feasible for that. There's also the suggestion that you can freeze your food waste and then dump that, which helps with the scent. You can also use natural remedies such as baking soda sprinkled on top. We have heard suggestions of people using a rag on the outside of their container because it's not organic. Soaked in ammonia, which the smell keeps critters away as well.
Okay.
So you can kind of hang it on the back of the can on the outside when you place it out.
I know that. Okay. Now we're going to get down to some ugly stuff.
Sure.
There's a lot of people have received information that if you don't use the can or you don't put a certain amount of stuff in the can, you're going to get fined. I mean, people are going to, there's rumors going around, people are going to be digging through your trash, checking to see how much you got in there because you put leaves and stuff in there. But the suggestion was, put a layer of leaves, put the food waste, put a layer of leaves. Well, that's cool, but we don't always have leaves all year round.
Right, or pine needles.
Or pine needles. We don't have those all year around. At least in my house, I don't.
Right. Are you going to get...
First of all, there's not people that are going to be going through the trash or seeing how much trash I'm putting.
Right. There are not people to see that you are using it, and there are not people that are going to go around to see how much you're putting in there. What we will see, however, is if you contaminate your other waste streams. So for instance, we have something called Smart Truck, and there are cameras that show what is dumped. So they can see if there's food waste that's being put in your trash and or your recycle. What you'll get is a series of letters just saying, hey, we noticed that you're putting food waste in there due to SB 1383. We request that you put those items in your organics cart.
Okay. Now, I mentioned the fact that I don't have leaves all year long.
Right.
I had heard that it's also acceptable to use a paper shredder at home.
Yes.
And then put that shredded paper in there.
Yes, you can put the shredded paper in there. We do suggest that you put that as well in a paper bag so that if your can opens, it doesn't land all over the street.
Blow all over the neighborhood, yeah.
So that's a suggestion. It also kind of helps absorb some of the food. You can also use things like pizza boxes or old cardboard. You can line your can with that as well. And that or soiled napkins, paper plates that are soiled, used, that don't have a waxy coating, you can put those in your organics can as well.
Okay. And you and I were chatting before we went on the air. It's my understanding, like, for example, I live in Grass Valley in the city limits. Matter of fact, my back fence is the city limits in my area. But I understand that people, for example, in Nevada City do not have to opt into this.
Right. So if you are Nevada City proper, so not a county resident, but if you are a City of Nevada resident, you actually are exempt, and that is an exemption from the state. Currently, that is due to the population size. So the state did consider two things. One is population size, so if it's a very small population. Also a elevation. So Truckee is also exempt from this.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we talked about that because of elevation, you're not sure what the elevation is.
I don't know exactly what the elevation cutoff is, but when the state looked at Nevada County as a whole, they did find that it was under, as a whole, was under the elevation.
Okay. But now that's just if you're Nevada City resident.
Right.
Now, if you just happen to have a Nevada City mailing address,
right,
that's not good enough.
Correct. If you are considered a county resident but a Nevada City address, that doesn't exempt you because you're part of the county.
Boy, this is a lot of work to
it's
separate,
a lot, right?
Lots of garbage.
Yes, and it's. I will say that while for our county it's new, most of the state has been doing this for several years. Sacramento and below the Bay Area, and they aren't as rural as us. So as I said, it's not a one-size-fits-all program.
Has this kicked in our neighboring counties like Placer County? Are they doing
So
it?
Placer County currently, they what they are doing is they're still on a one-can system, and the waste servicer there has done $2 million upgrades, $120 million actually, to their transfer station and landfills, so that they have hired workers to sort through your trash.
So if I live in Auburn, I don't do the I don't have to do the organic, and that meets the state requirement. Currently,
yes.
Why doesn't Nevada County meet that?
Because they have a transfer station and are using. They had already used the 2-can system, so that's what the state deemed.
Okay, all right, all right. Well, thank you. When you come back, we're gonna take a short break, but when you come back, we're gonna talk some more. How's that?
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I am Lori Reddy, Recycling Education Representative for WM. Most of you recognize WM as your garbage, recycle, and yard waste collector, but sustainability is #1 for our company as we support local cleanup events, waste diversion efforts, and are currently upgrading the county's transfer station to support the organics program. Our businesses and residents of Nevada County are diverting waste at 49% compared to only 32% nationwide. WM is here to educate local businesses and residences that something as simple as not throwing plastic bags into recycle bins and taking them back to the stores, reusing or refusing altogether, is a big step to our sustainable future. None of our residential plastics go overseas. It is 100% recycled within the United States. To keep up to date, visit nevadacounty.wm.com or on Facebook. Together, we'll make a significant impact. Let's create a greener future, one step at a time. I hope to meet you soon.
All right, thanks everybody. We're in a discussion with Rachel Haynes here from Waste Management regarding all this. And I had one last question before we're going to go into something different.
Sure.
You mentioned Placer County only has 1 can.
Right.
And everything goes in that 1 can, and they actually have people, I guess they dump it on a conveyor belt and it goes through and they're picking.
Right, so they have,
no offense, it doesn't sound like a great job.
So they have people, and they have automation, so machines that sort and pick through. But with that comes a price. Their rates are quite a bit higher. In fact, more than double of what our rates here in Nevada County are.
What would those rates be? You said, 96-gallon can.
For a 3 waste stream, 96-gallon can here in Nevada County, it would be about $90. In Placer County, such as Auburn, for a 1 can, 96-gallon, it's $130 a month.
So almost
quite a bit
$40,
more.
$50 a month more.
Right. And
well,
the
reason I brought that up is that's one of the concerns about everybody is paying for this, of course.
And the other thing that they've added there is a charge for if you live on a private road. And so here we have community stops to kind of keep the cost down and so that we don't go up to a customer's house if they live on a windy private road that maybe our trucks wouldn't fit. In Placer County, if you choose to have service up to your road, they actually charge you extra for that as well.
Does it depend on the road, or is it
I
just
believe
a
it
flat
depends
fee?
on the road.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, very.
Well, maybe folks around here will feel a little better about the cost of their trash bill
it's
now.
Still, it's a cost, and sometimes, as we understand, there are a lot of seniors, about 40% in Nevada County. So we want to try and give them options and opportunities. So if any seniors are still interested in the senior rate, they can either come to our office off of Lomarica on Grass Valley Avenue. They can go to nevadacountyca.gov and ask us for an application, or they can also call us at our local office.
All right.
And do that.
Well, now we're gonna kind of shift gears.
Sure.
I feel like I'm Monty Hall, and let's make a deal here. But I've got several items here, and I'm going to share these with you.
Okay.
And we're going to kind of play, what can does this belong in?
Sure.
How's this? First of all, I'm not going to let you have my water bottle.
Okay.
Because I'm still drinking water.
But you can recycle that.
I can recycle my water bottle here.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, okay. I'll put it for recycling.
Okay.
How's that? There we go.
You can keep it, but.
All right. Let's, here we have
pizza box.
A pizza box. So let's see what we can do. Clarification. Where would a pizza box go?
Sure. So this would be great because it's a soiled, used pizza box. This could go in the organics. A great thing for this would be to, if you can, to place it on the bottom of your organics can, and then it can kind of absorb some of any liquids or such from food waste.
Okay. So what about if you stuffed it with food waste?
You can do that.
You can do that too. Okay. Yeah. All right. So folks, stuff your pizza boxes with the food waste.
We actually like those in the compost. So compost turns within 120 days. So once it leaves the transfer station and goes to the landfill, they have a process to turn it within 120 days into compost. And things like cardboard and paper products really help give you a rich compost.
They go away real quick.
Yeah.
So 120 days and it's mush.
Compost, yeah.
It's stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll put the pizza box here with our organic.
Okay.
Okay, we've got organic, recycle, and over in front of you is the trash.
Okay.
Okay, okay, what do we got here? It's as you can see, it's a little square box that says chicken broth on it. Well, this is a food item, so where would this go?
So this is tricky. So you would think, right, it's made out of paper, so you would think you could put it in the recycle. It actually would go into trash. The reason is because it has like a waxy film on the outside. Okay. So that's not acceptable in the recycle. Anything with a waxy film. Okay. So.
All right. Well, we'll set it over here with trash.
Yeah. Put that in trash.
Excuse me for reaching in front of you. It's this is like, let's make a deal. Okay. What do we have here? Next thing up. It looks like it's a little clear plastic container. For those of you who can see it at home. It says blueberries on it, so I assume blueberries were in this first. I see these in the store a lot. So where would this go? Plastic like this?
Yeah, these are recyclable. You can see they have like a little...
Oh, they actually have the little symbol on the bottom of it.
So you can put
folks, check it out. The bottom of it, little recycle, that means the little recyclable stone goes into the recycle. So it would go in here. Okay. I won't look, I'll just pull.
Okay.
All right. Here we have had whole cashews in it.
This is
A plastic can with used to have nuts in it.
Yeah, so this is the same. This is sort of like a water bottle. So you can put this in recycle.
But it's not a buyback like
It's
a
not,
water bottle.
no, it's not a buyback, but it's still recyclable.
Okay, lid and all? Plastic lid?
Yeah, I would suggest taking it off.
Maybe we need gloves for this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, this at least has cashews on it. So.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we got now. I'm pulling out a plastic bag.
Right. So this is,
Guys,
again,
see
a tricky one. So this is a compostable bag, right? While these can compost in the landfill eventually, they don't break down in that 120 days that I mentioned. So this has been a large question when we get calls or emails at our organics line. This, again, great to use in your trash can, but it does not belong in the recycle or the organics because it's still a plastic bag. So that would go
But
in your trash.
it's one that breaks down really.
It does break down. So we still suggest them to use because there isn't much room in the landfill. While regular plastic bags don't break down, these do. So these are also a good suggestion to just use.
What's the difference between them? I mean, is it what they're made of?
It's what they're made of. So this is made of a compostable material that breaks down. It'll eventually break down. I believe they say the time is like 6 months or so that it breaks down. It just doesn't break down in the 120 days.
All right, let's see what we got next here. Not looking, just the infamous milk jug that I talked about.
We might need gloves for this.
Nah, I think we're okay. It
yeah,
looks
so
like
this would go in recycle.
this would go in recycle.
I don't know if I'd open that one. That's
Nah, I don't think I will either.
Yeah.
It looks a little gnarly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. All right, what we have here is a can of, or used to be a jar of Skippy peanut butter, and it looks like it's got peanut butter in it.
Yeah, so you could actually scrape out the peanut butter, put that in your organics. You could use a paper bag, put food in there, scrape out the peanut butter. You'd want to rinse that out to put it in the recycle.
So scrape it out and then rinse it out,
Yeah.
and it goes into recycle.
Right, so any of your recycle.
This one could go either way, kind of. If it's like this, it's going to go into trash.
If it's like this, it would go into trash. If you take the peanut butter out, put it in organics, rinse it out, this can go in recycle. If you're going to leave it like this, you would want to put it in the trash.
Okay.
It looks like
well,
that.
let's keep digging through our. Actually, we cleaned the trash before we brought it, but just wanted to let you know.
I can just, load it up.
Okay, here we got a plastic container like you would see for sour cream. This one happened to hold French onion chip dip.
Yeah.
But it could be sour cream. It could be like feta cheese. I've seen them, Parmesan's in some of these different stuff.
So you want to, again, same thing, kind of clean it out, dump any remnants in the organics, rinse it out, and then put it in your recycle.
Oh, that can be recycled after being rinsed out.
Right.
Okay. This is kind of fun. This is like Christmas Day opening presents. Okay, now we got a tricky one. This is a box from a pizza place, but it's from, looks like it holds something like chicken wings.
Right.
Or if it's the little bread snacks that you get. Yeah. Where would this one go?
So this you can actually, so it has soiled paper. The paper you would want to take out and throw it in the trash because it has a waxy film. But if you do that and there was like chicken bones in there or soiled napkins, you could put the chicken bones, the soiled napkins, and the box in the organics. Just take out the waxy paper.
Gunky paper.
Yeah, and put that in the trash.
Okay. We didn't clean the paper. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's good because then...
Okay. Now we have just looks like actually, I don't know, just a plastic cup.
Right.
Maybe a drink like a red Solo cup or something that the song talks about.
I know. So this is interesting as well because it is a compostable plastic. Compostable, not to go in your organics because it doesn't break down in time, but great for the landfill because it does eventually break down. So you're still doing the right thing by using these, even if you put them in the trash.
Okay, now, can I see that for a minute? I'm curious. How do I know this is compostable and another one's not? Is there some kind of a marking, a designation on it?
Yeah, they'll put, like this one says 100% compostable.
You have better eyes than I have.
Yes, not great.
Okay.
So it's made from plants. So this could actually go and recycle. If it was dirty, you could put it in trash and it'll break down, but it's also recyclable.
Okay.
You just wouldn't put it in the organics because it, again, doesn't break down in time.
So the ones that, this one says plants over plastic as a matter of
Yeah.
fact. So if it has some sort of a marking like that, it could be in the landfill and be okay.
Right, yes.
Okay, well, it looks cleaned out and everything. Let's put it in.
Well, actually, it can go and recycle.
Recycle?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
it's clean.
Okay.
So it can recycle as well.
All righty. All right. I think we're about done. One final thing. The old brown paper bag.
Right.
Which I find interesting because when I was a kid growing up, you always got your groceries in a brown paper bag.
Right.
Then we couldn't kill trees, so we got plastic bags.
Right.
But now plastic bags are bad, so we're going back to paper.
I know,
So,
confusing, right?
yeah, I know. That's why we're talking today,
Yeah.
is because everybody's confused.
So what's great about the paper bag, this can go into organics. Again, it's one of those materials that will help create the compost and make it a good, rich compost. This is a great item right now to use to put your food waste in. You can line your your organics can at home inside your house with a paper bag, put your food waste in it, take that paper bag out, put it right into your organics.
So either way, it could be full of organic or it could be just this. It goes right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any particular items that we probably haven't picked up here that you think you should mention that may
I would just say
make
still,
people question?
right, I would say still the plastic bag. We
Let's get
find
rid
a
of this
lot
one.
of those still in the recycle. Those go in the trash. So your bags from Target, the even the reusable bags, those bags you want to put in your trash.
The ones they say more than one use at
Yes,
the grocery
yes,
store
yeah.
that you get. Okay.
Right.
Those should go in there.
Right.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just thank you for having me today. And again, if anyone has questions, they can always reach out to us at our local office. We love to help.
Okay. All right. And I guess I'll make sure next time we have some gloves, okay?
Yeah.
But everything's been washed. We're okay. Just so you folks know, we're not contagious, anything, so we're good. All right. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. And if you'd like to help contribute or write stories, appear on a show, or even become a host, I can do it, you can do it. Please check out the details on our website at nevadacountymedia.org/NCN. And this program is local news and information brought to you by local residents. All right, everybody, remember to stay safe, take care of each other, and get out there and explore all this wonderful community has to offer. All right, good night now.